Hello, everyone. I didn't really announce this stream because I wasn't sure when I would be able to start it. I'm messing with a new process to get my software all set up without having to go through YouTube, which is pretty cool. I'm finding out it's pretty awesome. So I use OBS software. Um, and yeah, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but it's pretty awesome software. And I was able to set it up, connect it to my YouTube account, and just start streaming. I have no idea why, however, the picture, the thumbnail for this video, uh, appears to be upside down. I just went and looked at my um, my channel, and the thumbnail for this is upside down for some reason. So there's that. Anyway, it's cool. The software even pops up a little chat window to show the live chat. Um, if anybody decides to chime in. So that's pretty awesome. That's really exciting. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do all that. So, uh, yeah, I can see what's happening, and I don't know. It's just really great. So I'm glad I got it all set up. It took a minute. It took an extra minute, but it's worth it. So the description is basically what's happening here. There's this Duke Ellington tune. I let a song go out of my heart. Um, I've been performing it in the concert jazz band at the U of I, and I don't know. Every time I've just thought, I let a song go out of my heart. Like it needs to be a song go. So I'm doing it. Also, I'm in an arranging course. I have to do a Latin arranging project. So I'm gonna do it now. You may have guessed, I am not Cuban. I'm not Brazilian. I'm none of I'm definitely a white male. So I am not an expert at Latin style, um, and the in the Latin idiom. What I know is I've listened to some Cuban music, and even in preparation for this, I listened to some what we would call Afro-Cuban music. That kind of was a term that came around in the late 2000 or late 19 in the last century, and it's kind of like it's been used a little loosely, but I listened to some of that like big band music, which was Cuban, authentic Cuban music combined with um, jazz, American jazz. So I listened to that, and then I went back and listened to some authentic Cuban music um, to really get a sense of what each of those sound like, and get a feel for kind of like there's this thing that when people try to play jazz and they haven't really listened to it, they aren't sure what's going on. It's an idiomatic music, and if you haven't listened to it to get familiar with the idioms, then you're not going to do some of that idiomatic stuff. So I tried to make sure, I tried to do some studying here, but even still, it did not make me Cuban, believe it or not. So someone who has way more experience with this is Rebecca Molion, and I hope I'm saying that right. She wrote this book called the Salsa Guidebook for Piano and Ensemble. She knows way more about this than me. This is sorry, published by Sher Music Company. That's Sher. If you want to look up the book yourself, if you're interested in arranging for Latin ensemble or Latin big band. So I'm definitely using her book about writing this music as a guide for sure. I'm not gonna go at this with only the knowledge that I have. So I'm gonna reference her book a lot, and then I have a few. I've checked out a few lead sheets for "I Let a Song Go Out of My Heart" just to make sure. Sometimes some books have it written with weird chord changes, or something like that, or the melody's kind of different. The good thing about doing an arrangement is I could write it with different chord changes, and I probably will. I'll change some chords to make it a little different, and to fit more with the Cuban style. So first off, I should get the melody just down. So let me start with that. Yeah, I'll get the melody taken down here. Let's so I'll get this pulled up. All right, and let's just get this melody transferred over. Now, originally it was in E flat, so I'm going to switch my score here to concert pitch. Go into E flat and decide who gets to play the melody. I would say traditionally trumpet's going to play the melody in this style. Since I don't have a vocalist, to be clear. Now it could be a piano, sax, trombone, I could do any mixture of those, but I'm gonna put it in the trumpet to make this easier on myself, to be honest, because I'm already stretching myself with the style. So let's do the simplest version of this. And then, okay, let's use I go a little bit faster when I use the QWERTY keyboard and the numpad to do this. I think that's the original melody, but I can change this up. Actually, that may be better as a quarter note. Oh, I meant to make that a quarter note. Come on. Alright, so I've got a basic melody here. That's the That's the first A section of the tune. So this is an A tune. So there's an A section up front, another A section, a bridge, as it's commonly called, and then an A section on the way out. So it's a nice nice format. It'll be easy to copy and paste some things around. That may sound like cheating, maybe, but it's more like continuity and some familiarity. So, and those things are good. One thing I noticed right away, so this isn't, I've simplified the rhythms here. This was originally syncopated. And I know I'm not the best singer. I think this rhythm right here is going to be, I think that makes for a great intro. And should I do, let's see, should I tie it? I feel like I could do 3/4 notes there and nobody would be offended, but you know, it's always a good idea. I've said this before, to show beat 3 here. That gives you a real clear picture of where this 8th note begins. Except I'm gonna change this up a little bit. This will be a great intro. That, I think that's a really authentic way to start this tune off. Just that may be a little slower than I want it to be. Let's edit this. Let's make it like should we do 12? 112? I think that'll make, oh, I need to make sure that actually changes the, see, match the tempo marking. That way, no matter what I change it to, it'll go. I need to shorten these. I don't know. Should I really? I mean, that's redundant to have it tied to a note, but that just looks really terrible to me. I could. Oh, that looks worse. I'd rather have the 8th rest. But having a tied note short, I don't know, that seems contradictory. But let's go for it. I'll put a dot on the second one, I guess. No, you know what? First of all, no. I'll just avoid the confusion, actually. And actually, this is not. I think I want to reverse these two. Yeah, D da 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 da. I think that'll be, that matches up with the tumbao. Buddha bum ba da da Buddha bum ba da da. I think that'll match up really cool. And let's go ahead and take that an octave up. Okay, now let's do a cool. Well, I'll leave that alone. Maybe. What I want to do is I need to insert some measures here because I want to do a sweet percussion breakdown. And for this, I'm going to refer to the book I mentioned because I want to get this right. So this is all of this is going to be based on the clave. And I think the song clave. Well, the song clave is kind of Americanized, maybe. But yeah, you know, I think that works out great because let me check. I'm gonna check around here. I would put this up on the screen for you to see what I'm looking at, but I don't want to. You should get the book. So there's the Conga Cell. Okay, the Conga Cell. It outlines the three sides of the clave in order to understand the concept. So I should use, let's get those are variations on the clave. So yeah, the song clave would be like, okay, this is all Brazilian, so I need to go back up to Cuban because the songo is Cuban. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that. Oh, this is just a chapter about the clave in general. Okay. So let's see how the melody might line the clave up, because I need to make a decision here. Is it going to be 2-3 or is it going to be 3-2? The melody, I think the melody lines up great for a 2-3 clave, so I'm going to use that. Okay, I'm going to refer to this book again and see where I need to put. So this book is so great. It really is a reference book, and it just tells you exactly what to freaking put. That's so nice. If you just look at if you just look at it, you're like, oh, I want to do a songo. The book is just like, okay, here's what you write, and it gives you some options too. It tells you how to. It shows you how to write all the patterns. So let's see. I can write a. So here, yeah, here's a. She shows a basic tumbao pattern, which is exactly what I want to write. The lower drum is typically played on the 3 side. That's good. That's what I want. Be accenting the end of beat to the bombo. And this is an open. This is going to be a little vamp section, which. So this section, I'm going to make it a little, not a vamp necessarily. It could be vamped. It could be repeated at will. Maybe I could write a 4-bar vamp since it's going to be the same, and then that just takes up less space on the paper. So I could do that, put some repeats around it. Yeah, you know what? That'll be better. Create just a simple repeat, and you could then the band could be like, oh, hey, we're going to vamp that section. We're going to open up, we're going to play the first 2 bars, and then we're going to vamp this section while I introduce the band. That's a really common thing to do, is have a vamp section up front on a real, on an up-tempo tune, or a really flashy, exciting tune, and then just roll out there, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-da, da-dee, and then introduce the band during the vamp. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, bring the band in. So, let's see what I need to do about this. There's so many options. She really gives you, the most options here. So I think having the bombo on the tumba every measure, since I'm gonna have the tumbao in the bass, which I've just already decided. I think that'll work the best because it'll accentuate the tumbao. Because there are ones with accents on the 3 side, but I think if I were playing this faster, I think this is a thing I've noticed listening. If you're playing this super fast, the measures tend to get grouped in pairs. Then they're already grouped in pairs because of the clave. The clave is the da 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 da, and so that already pairs it up into 2 bars. But if you're playing super fast, it gets even more kind of paired up like that, I think. If you that way it maybe is not as hectic. It gets kind of like there's only one accent instead of having over 2 bars. Having that happen like every bar. So this I like this, the bombo on the tumba every measure. So I'm going to put that in the conga drums here. So it looks like typically, let's go to scroll view, because that's easier for everyone to see. Let's see. Quinto. No, I don't have. We got the Super Tumba. Dang. All right, I'm gonna mess with the writing of the congas here, because I think the basic kind of organization of the conga is just gonna be two. I just forgot what it's called. Yeah, the conga and the tumba. And no, not the quinto. That's kind of optional. So let's set this congas, and then you don't need a super tumba. There we go. We need that. We need this to, I think, end up on the G line here. The second line. The tumba dead stroke. I think she writes it as, well, she writes it with like letters underneath. Oh, here we go. There's an open tone. Okay, so that's this, a regular note. The tumba, like that's the same thing. I'm gonna listen to those two and see how they sound different. So a dead stroke. It's gonna be like a muffled. That's weird. It doesn't differentiate between the. Let's see. I'll take the quinto out of here. I may be pronouncing that pretty Caucasian, but I would honestly I would rather do that than do just a terrible impression, like, I don't know, and then butcher the pronunciation that it actually should be. Let's go check out let's check out what this sounds like. So the slap is what she's got written here as the X. So that sounds correct also. That sounds like a slap. Man, they've done a really good job getting these tones. That dead stroke, though, I don't think that's really doing a lot of work there. I don't think that works out. You can also like heel toe these drums, because you usually will have one with your feet around it, and you can lift up the bottom of the drum with your feet and do some cool stuff with that, and like lean the drum forward or back. Well, then how can I do this? Bomba on the tumba, every measure. Gonna be, I think this dead stroke thing, that needs to be a different note head. I need to just make these, I need to go into the settings and make these things universal. But for now, I'm just gonna do it right here, because I've already spent a lot of time on this. So the note head needs to be let's see where it is. It needs to be this like kind of half sort of note head. Where is that? Well, that's just a regular note head. Where's like the slash or like rhythm notation head? Alright, finale. I don't... These are articulations. They've just recently changed all of this, which is nice. But like, as you can see, like I just tried to find that note head in there, slash note heads. Okay, so there are different note heads, I guess. Different little sections of that. So now we have to try to find like the slash note heads, rests, repeats, percussion playing techniques, other Baroque ornaments. That whole section is just a breath mark. That's great. Octaves, don't need that. Note heads, yeah, really need just a regular, not a regular note head. Because look, if I click that one, it's the same exact thing as the tuba. There is a note head here. It's like, Finale uses it for rhythm notation. It's like a slanted, skinnier note head. Miscellaneous symbols has that. Well, thank goodness for that. Slash note heads. I guess I could just use a slash note head. Like that. That's huge. Oh my gosh, no, I can't use that. That's a little better. But then how am I gonna do like an open? Like that's huge then. What do I do that for the half note? I guess I shouldn't have any half notes really, so. But I think up here there's even the like, man, I'm really delving into the depths of Finale now. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna get finished with this. Double hole note head. I don't think I'll need it, but might as well fix it. Slash note heads. Sure, I'll make it that just to be fun. There we go. All right, tuba slap. So that's gonna be the X's. That's where you're gonna that's where the player would just slap kind of on the edge of the head instead of the center. So a dead stroke is going to be a hit in the center where you're going to keep your hand on the head. A slap is going to be, I think I've got that right. A slap is going to be where you slap it and it rings still. I still am not sure what it's getting at with the. I think this may be heel toed. I don't need that for my purposes because we have open, dead stroke, and slap. And I need. Oh, you know what? It's I'm doing this wrong. So it's actually there's heel toe, and that's striking with the heel or the front of your hand. Let's see what she says about that, because I need to get this right. Conga drums, open bass tone. That one's produced by lifting the drum up. So can I like, okay, congas. Yeah, that's all it gives me. It doesn't give me any kind of heel toe or anything. Well, that's a little annoying. Well, I don't really need that. The tumba, so that's the repeated pattern of the conga drums is referred to as tumbao, with a few exceptions. It's the standard pattern. And this is one that you would probably recognize if you heard it. That'd be like boom boom bat boom boom bat boom boom. It's pretty recognizable. So let's see. The tuba eighth and one note with a slap and beats 4 and 4 and with open tones. The other notes are produced by a heel toe pattern with the opposite hand. So that's when, okay, so that's when you're just rocking your hand back and forth. Okay. So this actually is the regular, I think the dead stroke is going to be actually what's the heel toe. And the tumba, this open, that regular note head is going to be just the tumba, or the open stroke. And then that's going to be a slap. So I don't really need the bass tone thing. I guess I could write something underneath there to show that, but I think that's usually like a soloistic thing and not necessarily a not necessarily a tumba or a tumbao kind of thing. So I'm gonna oh my gosh, I just went so deep into this, but that's, you know, I want to know before I move on and do something wrong, you know, because once I get it figured out now, I'll be able to get it right. So this time I'm going to go with the slash note heads, and I'm just going to put this one. I don't need to do half notes and stuff. I'm not going to put freaking half notes in a tumbao. So let's see what that looks like now. So yeah, that dead stroke, you hear that? That could be heel or toe of the hand, which is the heel of the hand, or like the kind of middle of your fingers, I think. But you're sort of just like patting the drum head and leaving your hand on it. So let's do a let's get this set up here. Let's get this with the tumba going in on the end of 2. And I think when you hear, I'm gonna play this, and I think you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that sounds exactly right. Okay, that's still a little bit slow, honestly. I'm gonna ramp it up to 120. So, okay, cool. Oh, I always forget to do this first time I play it, so not this time. So timbales, let's see what Miss Molione has to say about using timbales. Oh, wait. It has a whole thing about a separate Songo pattern with the 2-3 Roomba clave. Okay. Well, Songo is a Cuban electric mix of folkloric and contemporary styles, combining a bunch of elements. So that's the name for it already combined with like funk and jazz. Oh, that's cool. That's good to know. There are many patterns and variations. Okay, so they're showing it here just as an example. She shows it in the rumba clave just for an example. I don't think that means I can't stray from that. So I'm gonna stick with that. So let's check out. There's the bongo bell, which I think is just what we think of as the cowbell. And man, this is so there are usually bells attached to the timbales, and that's where we're gonna probably get the cowbell thing. So I should really put that in a timbale part with a 5-line staff there. But that's a little bit like different. All right, let's work with the drum set here. So the drum set plays a weird role, a little bit of a unique role because it's coming in later in. And I'm finding out that she writes about the Songo, like that's usually at the end. I think she kind of goes through the styles maybe chronologically, because it looks like Songo is usually at the end when she explains each instrument here. So I've got like a basic Songo pattern to go along with this. This is, man, the percussion sound is really good on that. I can't wait to see what this sounds like. So first of all, let's mess with the timbales here. It should really, I think, be a regular staff. I don't know why she's not using a single bar staff. Like, that seems weird. All right, let's edit this timbales. So we've got a low timbale. I think the general rule is all of these toned drums are on spaces, and that's a shot, a rim shot, and then, are on the lines. Like in drum set notation, toms are usually on the lines, and then like snare and bass are in the spaces. I don't know why that is. That just is how it worked out. So we've got a timbale. Okay, so she's given me, she's given all of us an example of a basic Songo pattern with some wood block and bell and high timbale, low timbale. I may save this part for later. Add the timbale on top afterwards. I really don't want to do something weird with the timbale pattern that makes me do weird stuff with another instrument and then I regret like it, then it just creates an avalanche. So we've got I didn't put a Wiro in this and I probably should have. I should probably have I should probably trade the timbales out, actually cowbell out here, and have it be cowbell and bongos, and then maybe have the timbales be something else, be like a Wiro part and a bell pattern. There are all these instruments. Okay, the drum set has, of course, it's an integral part of modern music. Looks like it got fused with Cuban popular music around the 1920s, and they've been happy together ever since. So let's get this drum set notation set up. Yeah, this is kind of the boring side of things. Sorry. Maybe I'll do a separate one. I'll separate it from the more interesting parts. So don't need these things. Probably don't need an open hat. Yeah, I guess we need an open hat and a closed hat. But that's like weird because there's no difference between those two right now. She has it written with a note head like this, which I think is probably fine. I think that works out great. So you get open and closed there. Yeah. Cool. Hi-hat foot, that might get used, I don't know. Splash, foot splash, no. China, nah. Ride cymbal and ride bell, yes. I need to change this note head though. It's gonna have to be obvious that it's the ride bell that's happening there. So I'm gonna make it this thing. Alright, snare drum, yep. Cross stick, yes. Rim shot, yes, but it doesn't usually look like that. Cowbell, that's gonna be on someone else. Wood blocks too. Kick drum, no. Bass drum, no. Rhythm cues, sure. Ride cymbal 2, don't need that. Floor tom 1 and 2, probably not. Well, no, probably not. Low tom, we can have that. Put it on the G line. Low mid, nah. High, sure. Put it on the D line. High tom, get out of here. Snare rim shot, yes, but it doesn't have a note type for that. What? I don't even know. But these should be X note heads like that for rim shots, and then you just write a housetop accent over it. Sure. Okay, let's get the drum set written down. Now, there is a pretty complicated, well, I shouldn't say complicated. let's just write it. Of course, I don't want to. The drum set isn't going to be responsible for everything. But I am gonna. Can I do? Oh my gosh! Can I do the cross stick with the hi-hat? Nope, don't like that. There we go. There we go. Now I'll write the bass drum on a separate line, and this is when it's gonna start coming together. Here we go. I really kind of don't like the tone of that. Because that's not really. I'm just gonna change it really quickly here. It'll be super easy. I'm gonna go to the kick drum, and I'm gonna change it to bass drum. And I think that's gonna be better. Yeah, change the notes in the score, please. I don't really care. Oh, it's the same sound. Okay, it used to be a different sound, but I guess that's what I get now. So all right, we're getting closer. I still think the tempo is slow. Is it actually changing it though? Let's make sure it's actually changing the tempo, because I feel like let's just do a drastic change to see what we get. Okay, let's do a drastic change here to see if it actually does it. Why does it add more space every time? Yeah. Now that feels great. I could have the timbales kind of play a little bit of a solo. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna have the timbales solo a little bit here, and then I'm going to use this cool. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Okay, why are you doing that? This is good. So this is a cool thing that is normal for timbales to do. I can't remember the exact name. I'm gonna scroll up here and read it. But they do like this roll into, like, create tension into a big accent, and it really just sets the band up for what's about to happen. Yep, there we go. And then you just put a big house top on this. You tie this note to it to make it clear. I think anybody playing timbales is gonna understand what that means. So check that out. Oh, it's not gonna do it, is it? Don't do that to me. Oh, wow, that's kind of a jerk move. Finale. I wonder if human playback will catch it. Great. All right. Well, we'll let the timbales solo. Let's just move forward here. Expressive text, technique text. Where's solo here? Solo. All right. And then this needs to be second time or last time. Let's just create a new one. Last. Oops, with the A. And we just use X for time because, yeah. And then we can do that and see if it even works. I don't know. So last time, tie it to that. Well, finale won't catch it, but the player will know what to do. Same thing with that roll. So this drum set thing, I think I should put an actual clave. So I should change this cowbell thing. I should change it to it should not be cowbell. It should be like percussion. That just gets you into a whole world of like orchestral percussion, like percussion toys, ethnic percussion. Oh, okay. You're not even gonna say like what ethnicity or anything. You're just gonna go with ethnic. Cool. All right. Yeah. See, at least these are specific. Man, there are a lot of different things. I did not know there were that many, but I'm just going to edit the ethnic percussion. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So I don't need those bongos. Well, nah. I may need the bongos. So let's take those out and let's leave the bongos low. That's really not. Okay, sure. Slap. Okay, cajon. We're not going to have a cajon, so nope. Congas, nope, they're already covered. They got a whole thing. A djembe, nope. Quinto, super tumba, no. A surlu, I'm not sure. I probably just butchered that pronunciation, and I'm so sorry. Don't need timbales because we have those. Or a separate tumba. I don't think we usually use a tuba. Requinto, nope. Udu, no. A cabasa could be. A cabasa is possible. And Finale doesn't know about these. Instruments, I guess. Yeah, it just has a basic cabasa, psh, just like that little. With no snap. Maracas, no. I'm not gonna do shakers or egg shakers. No. So I could have a cabasa, a surdo. Wow. So I've got those and then a cabasa. I don't think that's usually, I think a Wiro would be more appropriate. So let's go with world, which I guess that's not the wrong thing to call it. And I think I'll just put this up here for now. Because I can write the notes, you know, and then go back later and edit how it looks, and it'll back edit where everything sits on the staff and all that. So not too worried about that. Oh man, this is not easy. Even setting, I had no idea even setting up for this just takes a lot, you know. I should go through and set some defaults just throughout the whole thing. Ooh, actually, I need to add a bongo bell, but I don't know if it's gonna have that. It's probably just gonna be a cowbell. Yeah, just a cowbell. That'll be fine. Oh, and it only has the one cowbell sound. There should be the open sound and then the kind of I guess that's all just in the general MIDI. There's also the sound further up the cowbell. It's more like a little ting sound, so it'd be like dong ding ding dong ding ding dong ding ding dong, except way higher and not just like terrible singing in your ears. Okay, so we've got this going on. And that timbale is going to sound like that'll be awesome. Let's maybe add the clave in here, because we have it going on in the oh wait, why am I doing all this? I can just copy these over. Boom. Yeah, that is starting to feel really great. Yeah, you're not going to use just a regular snare drum, but the drummer will know how to balance this out to bring out the clave. I think we're in a pretty authentic space here with this. So let's move on. So I got to decide what to do with the melody. Oh, it's gonna repeat every time. I should just have it ignore repeats. Yeah, okay, that's super square, I know. We could offset them like that. Let's get rid of these. That beam. Oh no. It's that key? Yeah. And I want this part of the melody. It's gonna be like nobody else playing here, and then everybody's gonna come in on that beat right there. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be awesome. Now I'm kind of betraying the lyrics if I do that, because it would sound weird to sing I let a song go out of my heart. Like, that's pretty rough. I let a song go. I let a song go. Yeah, I think that may be a better option. Oh, that might even work better. I let a song go out of my heart. A song go out of my heart. Boom. The way I would really like to write and then have that be a pickup to a quarter note triplet, and you'll be able to hear. It just will sound, I don't know, I think it sounds more authentic that way. But we'll do it this way just to keep it simple. I don't need it to be in the alto. And I don't know, is it weird to beam? Alright, so we've got the basics here. We got a melody going on. Everybody's just gonna like stop on beat 1 here. Let's have the cowbell going. And then just come plowing in on the end of 3 right there. That's not the bass. That's also. Did I not? put a bass in here? Oh my gosh. I need to add an instrument. Wow. I can't believe I forgot my bass. Jeez, that's okay. Plucked strings, electric bass. Where are we here? There we go. Man. Except it needs to go. Oh, it's already there. It's already there. Yeah, finale put it in the right place. Cool. Because I started there. That's nice. Finger bass, pick bass. Yeah, we're going to go with finger bass. It doesn't need to be slap bass or anything. Cool. So this is going to be really awesome. I'm excited about this. I don't know why I was about to put bass above the piano too. That sounds a little rough. I let a song go out of my heart. Boom. Boom, 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 I don't know. I'll just pick. I gotta pick something here. Let's do, yeah, C minor to G minor. That'll be great. C minor, so I really don't dig that bass sound. That's very weird. And then this is where everybody comes back in. And we start getting that going. I am gonna put a big. Another thing that I noticed is kind of idiomatic is having these crashes and these sort of big moments happen on beat 4. 1, 2, bah! That kind of like fade in. So if I added a tie, that would kind of illustrate what happens. It kind of sets up the next bar with a big hit and then just like fizzles out while the next bar starts, but it doesn't replace the beginning of the next bar. It happens before it. And I think that's such a cool sound. I really like it. I just like it a lot. So let's see. Yeah, that's sounding, I'm really happy with that. So I could just copy this pattern all day. Let's go. So this, writing the bass line like this, using the tumbao bass, I think that's what it's called, is difficult because you've got this hit on beat 4, but it's not really beat 4 as in the beat that comes after 3. It's really beat 4 as in the beat that is before beat 1. So it's like a predictive beat. It's an anticipatory beat, not that. Whatever the opposite of that would be. So it actually is anticipating the chord that comes after that beat. So I could drop this C business here. Yeah, I think that sounds better. And then we're going to get that same thing here. We're going to get a C chord going on. And then I think everybody's going to get in on boot up, bump, bump, beat, a bump. Yeah. So we can just get rid of that part. I don't think I want to break the whole percussion section down here. I just want to maybe have the drums do it. I want to be judicious with how I... I did a rest here last time, didn't I? Dee-dum dum do-dee. Dee-dum. Dee-dum dum do-dee. Dee-dum. Yeah, then it's gonna go... Then and I could do any kind of turnaround here that I want to do now. I'm in the turnaround part of the melody. So so this is going to be, I could go let's go G flat. That's A, not G. So let's go with G flat. And then, oh, no, we gotta go. G flat, so it'll be... Man, it's really hard to, you know, you can probably tell by the way I'm having to take little breaks to think about it. It's really difficult to think ahead a chord. I can't imagine bass players that do this all the time, like being able to keep track of that. That must be, that's definitely a skill that I haven't gotten even close to. So we could and this is going to be the rhythm from the top here from the intro, except an octave down. And I'll do the same thing I did before with this rhythm. Have it land on the end of 3 with the bass there. And we'll just cut that. I'm just thinking of some awesome rhythms to throw in here. So let's listen to what we've got so far. That timbale is gonna crack me up every time. Nice. Yeah, I think that works really great. The only thing that A flat, I'm not so sure about that chord. Hmm. I could add some more fancy stuff, but I need to move forward. So let's get this melody copied over, and it's gonna look pretty much the same here. Maybe I'll give it to the saxes instead, you know, or something like that in the end. Maybe I won't have the whole percussion section break the second time, or I should keep it going. We'll see. Maybe I'll include the percussion in the rhythm. Dump, 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 da, oh, beat, dump, da, ba, ba, eat, dump, da, dump, dump, e, e, dum, dee, dum, bum, be, dum, ba, dum, ding, dee, dee, dum, ding, dee. Yeah, maybe I'll put it in the saxes instead. An octave doubling in the saxes can be really powerful. Don't underestimate that. Oh, and it already took it down an octave. Let's see what it looks like in not in concert pitch. Okay, cool. And then I'll get the bridge written in, then another A section. I think this is going to come together great. I'm making a lot more progress. You know, once I got all the percussion, mainly the MIDI maps figured out in Finale, and then I'll come back later. I'm going to study the timbale's role a little bit more. As long as the other things took, I didn't want to take any more time before just getting some piece down, you know? So I just wanted to get stuff written down before it just soaked up all of my time. I will study the timbale role more in Songo, and then come back next time with some more stuff to write down. Probably be some batches of this happening today and tomorrow. This project is due pretty soon, so I'll probably have some big chunks of arranging time to share with you. So if you joined in, thanks. If you're watching later, also thanks. And I have nothing to say to people who don't watch because they wouldn't hear me say it, right? Yeah. Anyway,